So here we are. Let me see how is the other working. Let me see if everything is going fine. And well, it is as always a beautiful thing to hear. Do we? Yeah. I think it is even loud in some sense. But anyways, there it is. Here we are. Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome to this beautiful place or beautiful palace. where where we tend to go over, as always, in these kind of occasions, for a beautiful book that is the Mahabharata, because I wanted to do it and because I think it is a good opportunity to be playing that. As always, hello everybody, welcome, truly welcome. I hope you have the opportunity of getting, so to speak, cozy. I have here a good apple, so we are pretty fine on this end. Hello lurkers, hello bird watchers, and hello in particular in this occasion. Let me see. I think the bot isn't working today in particular. So this is so sad. I can say hello to the bot, but I can say at the very least hello to Gacha, hello to Rusman, and hello to myself. Yeah. What an amazing thing to see that the bot once again is not working. But I can't really say anything in particular about it. Yeah, I guess at the very least it has not been having that many problems in reality, so it is fine. It is fine. And well, aside from that, here we are. Mm, let me get the show it here. There it is. Our beautiful book. There is now on screen, and I am not forgetting anything, right? I think I shouldn't be forgetting anything today. I I think is the title correctly? Okay. Aha! I knew. I forgot to change the day number. That's what I forgot to do. So, anyways, aside from that, we are fine and we are here. So, we might as well, yeah. Let's us start this because I don't think anything else could happen so far. Mm, we were on Tekken to 126 somehow para continuar. And what was the context of this? Okay. It happened that finally, after so many years, Pando died because I didn't completely comprehend the reasons, but he had a huge streak of desire, so to speak. So that's why he decided to do what he decided to do, and let's say he committed carnal sin in a manner in which he literally lost his life because he knew that if he tried to do something like that, he was going to meet his end. So, well, I mean, so far, the only thing that I really didn't, I don't think I will fully comprehend at any point is if it isn't properly addressed. That is, over here it says not only Pandu himself is born to do the correct rituals, but also his wife who was with him is born alive. It isn't that she is born after she dies. No. She is born alive. So I don't completely understand why that happens or where does that come from. But I guess some people, or not some people, I guess those traditions must must have a reason. At least for now, I do not know how to correctly interpret or something like that. But well, aside from that, with the whole context kind of explained, here we are. Canto 126, somehow para continue. By Sampayana said, now the godlike rishis see Pandu there, consult together and declare, Pandu relinquish power and throne to come among us to live in Tapasya upon this mountain. He has left us and gone to Swarga, leaving his wife and sons as a sacred trust in our hands. It is our dharma now to take them to Hastinapura. The Maharishis decide to take Kunti and the sons of Pandu to the kingdom of elephants and delivered them into the custody of Bhishma and Dharatirashtra. They set out immediately, taking the woman and the children with them, as well as the unburned remains of Pandu and Madri, which they wrap tightly and carefully so no portion of them is visible. She has always lived a life of comfort, yet now Kanti sees the long and arduous journey as a short and almost happy one. Arriving in Kurujangala, Kunti comes to the main gate of the great city and presents herself there. The rishis command the Dwarapalakas to inform the king within the city of their arrival. The excited wardsmen run into the guard with their amazing message. When the citizens of Hastinapura hear about the arrival at their gates of thousands of Munis and Charanas, they are wonderstruck. And soon after dawn begin to throng to those portals in crowds, with their wives and children. In chariots and other regal vahanas in thousands come the Kshatriyas with their wives. The Brahmanas arrive with their women, as do the Vaisyas and Sudras with theirs. It is a calm crowd, for the people of Hastinapura are all given to Dharma. They are pious people. Bhishma, son of Shantanu, comes to the city gates, as do Somadatta, Valika, Raharishi Dharatirashtra, whose vision is his wisdom, Vidura the sage, the venerable Satyavati, the princesses of Kosala, Ambika and Ambalika, Gandhari, and other noble women of the royal household. The 100 sons of Dharatirashtra, decked in lavish ornaments, also emerged from the gates of the ancient city. The Kauravas and their Kulaguru, the family priest, worship the rishis from Satasringi by bowing low to them, and then they sit before the sages. The citizens also bow to the hermits, touch the ground. Hmm? Rip Rosman. I guess sometimes it might happen that we have bad internet, no real worries. Well, I guess you can't also hear this, so. Mm. Or what? Is it me that is lagging? I didn't check that. I am not. Oh, yeah. I have had minimal amounts of lag, so it shouldn't be that worrisome so far, I think. Also, sorry if this is too much, but I can't hear him. Give me a second because I want to have it in the background play. Mm, there it is, I can hear it now. Mm, there we have it, amazing. Or a beautiful guitar. Riff. I think I found who it was. I think. But it is an artist who creates like 2 or 3 guitar riffs per day, so I have to look over years and years of content. So far, I won't really say who it was, just in case it isn't who I think it is. But anyways, continuing. When the great gathering is perfectly still and silent, Bhishma worships the rishis, offering them Padya, water to wash their feet, and Arghya. He then speaks to them about the kingdom and the kingship. Then the eldest rishi, Hatha, piled on his head an animal hide covering his loins, stands up and speaks for all the sages. You all know that Pandu, sovereign of the Purus, renounced the pleasures of this world and became a sannyasi on Satasringa of 100 peaks. He became a brahmachari, yet for some inescrutable reason of the gods, Pandus, eldest son of Yudhishthira, was born upon the mountain, and he was begotten by Dharmadeva. Pandu's second son, this Bhima, the strongest among all men, is the son of Vayu, the wind god. This third prince, begotten upon Kunti by Indra, is Arjuna, who will one day be the greatest of all bowmen on earth. Now, look at these young Yagras, tigeress twins, whose mother is Madri and their fathers the Aswin of heaven. They too are great archers, okay? Living in Dharma as a Vanaprastha in the forest, Pandu did thus revive the illustrious lineage of his grandsire, a line threatened with extinction. We will no doubt be delighted to tell of the birth, the growth, and the Vedic education of these sons of Pandu. After clinging unwaveringly to Dharma 17 days ago, Pandu left this world, leaving his children behind. His wife, Madri, burned himself with him on his funeral pyre. She too was gone with her lord to the realm of chaste wives. You must now perform whatever rites need to be done for the two of them. Here are their remains. Here also are their children, these Parantapas, and their mother Kunti. Welcome them now with honor. When the first funeral rites have been completed, let the first annual Sraddha, the Sapidankarana, be performed for Pandu of Dharma, who always defended and spread the honor and glory of the Kurus. Let him thus find his formal place among the beaters of your royal clan. When the eldest Rishi has spoken, all those Rishis and Guyakas vanish before the very eyes of the people of Hastinapura, astonished to see the Munis and Siddhas dissolve, even like wisps of cloud, which come and go in the sky. The people slowly return to their homes. What the fuck? What? Why did they come just to disappear then? To I think that the reason was to secure the kids and all of that, I guess. But at the same time, is a Maharishi is somebody who kills or somebody who fights, because I don't think having that many powers is useful when they are not really willing to use them, so to speak. I don't really know. So far, I don't see that as something really weird, but something that only kind of needs to be paid attention, let's say. I never thought about it, because if a Maharishi or a Mahatman or whatever they call them doesn't use their powers to fight, only to curse, for example, why would anybody really want to have the defense of a Maharishi? What is it isn't that what it is the point. More like what will really be the benefit of doing that? But well, continue. Canto 127. Mahabharata continua. Vaishampayana continua. Now the Dharatirashtra says, Vidura, arrange for great royal funerals for my brother, the Rahasimha Pantu, and his wife, Madri. Spare no expense, for these rituals are for the souls of our beloved departed. Let everyone that asks be given as much as they ask for, cattle, clothes, jewels, gold, and every kind of wealth. Let Kunti arrange for the last rites for Madri, in whatever fashion pleases her. Let Madri's remains be so closely wrapped that no Suryadeva or Vayu sees them. Do not mourn for Pandu. He was a great Kshatriya and has left behind 5 sons as magnificent as Devas. O Bharata, Vidura says, Tatastu, so be it. and consulting with Bhishma finds a sacred and auspicious place to perform the funeral rites for Pandu. Without delay, the family priests go there, carrying the sacred agni from the palace, fragrant with the ghee they fed it. Now, friends, kinsmen and followers bathe Pandu's body, wrap it in cement, sprinkle it with fine perfumes, and strew flowers over it. They set Pandu upon a hearse, which also they adorn with garlands and rich hangings. Madri's body is placed beside Pandu's, and the colorful bier is lifted onto sturdy shoulders. The white parasol of state is unfurled over that hearse, Jacktail whisk waved over it. 100 of musicians play as the funeral procession makes its way through the streets, looking bright and festive, for that, after all, is a release. Hundreds of palace servitors give out precious jewels to the people who line the streets in crowds. Later, more beautiful robes, more sovereign white parasols, and larger Jacktail's chamaras are fetched for the great ceremony. The priest, wearing white, walked at the head of the procession, ladling libations of clarified butter into the sacred fire burning in an ornamental vessel. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras in their thousands follow the dead Pandu. They lament loudly, sobbing, "O Prince, where did you go, leaving us behind? Wretch forever!" Bhishma, Vidura, and the Pandavas all weep. Finally, they come to a charmed glade in the forest on the banks of the Ganga. They set down the bier on which the lion-hearted Pandu and Madri lie. They bring sacred water in golden vessels, wash the Kshatriya's body, which has been smeared with many kinds of fragrant unguents. They smear it again, all over, with sandalwood paste. They cover him in white homespun clothes, and now Pandu sees as if he is alive and asleep upon a luxurious bed. Guided by the priests, they proceed to perform the last rites meticulously. When these are over, the Kauravas touch the bodies of Pandu and Madri alight and fetch lotuses, sandalwood paste, and other fragrant substances to the blazing pyre. Seeing the bodies burning, Ambalika wails, "My son! My son!" and faints. Seeing her fall, the people of Hastinapura and also the rustic people from the provinces set up a great lament. Why, even the beasts of the field and the birds of the air are moved to grief, hearing the lamentations of Kunti, Bhishma, son of Santanu, the sagacious Vidura. They do grieve. Weeping, Bhishma, Vidura, Dharatirashtra, the Pandavas and the Kuru women together perform Tarpana for the departed Pandu. When this is done, the people, sorrowing, come up and, with touch, kind words, with embraces and love, console the sons of Pandu. Wait, but the sons of Pandu aren't babies? They have 17 days of existence, literally. Aren't they babies? Or is this another occasion of they appear as completely grown men? The Pandavas mourn and sleep on bare ground. Seeing this, the Brahmanas and indeed all the other citizens of the city of elephants do the same, giving up their beds. Young and old, they mourn the dead Kshatriya with his sons who weep ceaselessly for 12 days. Okay, yeah. If you welcome, hello, also sorry, hello, welcome. I don't know, were you here when we were before reading the last time? Because basically what happened was we literally saw on the last reading that we did Pandu die, basically one of the kings, and now so far we have only done the process of what is it of lamentation, so to speak. we are seeing how the rituals are done and all of that, basically regarding someone as important as him, but nothing more aside from that, you know. Mm, yeah, no, nothing more. The wife who is alive also arrived, and now we are going to see how it is that the kids are going to develop and all of that, but nothing really else. Aside from, as I said before, only the rites themselves performed for Pandu, the disease, into his wife, and I think it was Kunti, I think. So yeah, continuing. It is not clear how much of the body's fire Satasarina consumed, since definitely Madre also comes as a corpse to Hastinapura. Ah no, Madre. Madre is the wife who died in the sacrificial fire, let's say. But well, continue. And well, just in case, there isn't really so far that much content, at least here on these things. Canto 128, Samharaparva continues. By Sampayana said, at the end of 12 days, Bhishma and Kunti, with their kinsfolk and friends, performed the Saradha for their dead prince and offered the Pinda for his soul. After this, they arranged for a great feast and gave away vast pieces of land and great gemstones as gifts. The people returned to Hastinapura with the sons of Pandu, now cleansed of the impurity that attends a father's death. Again, the citizens weep for the departed Pandu, as if they have lost one of their kin. When the Saradha has been performed, Vyasamuni sees how all the people are plunged in despair, and says quietly one day to Satyavati, Mother, the day of joy have left the world, and those of danger and calamity have begun. The power of sin increases day by day, for the world has become old. Because of the swelling force of evil, the Kuru Empire will crumble. It is best that you retire to the forest and embark upon a life of dhyana and yoga. From now, human society will be full of deceit and treachery. Evil will have sway, and all goodness and dharma will cease to be. Do not stay here anymore to watch the destruction of your clan. He prophesies more, and she sees her son, the sage, means what he says, and Satyavati goes into the Antapura and says to her elder daughter-in-law, Ambika, your grandsons shall cause the ruin of the house of Kuru, the very race of Bharata, and all its people will perish because of what they do. If you agree, I mean to take sannyasa in the jungle with Ambalika, who is heartbroken at the death of Pandu. Unexpectedly, Ambika says that she will also accompany the other woman. In Devana, Satyavati practices rigorous penance and profound dhyana, and in time leaves her body and finds Swarga for herself, as do daughters-in-law later. What the fuck? They literally ascend Telemao. Now, the sons of Pandu undergo the purificatory and what? Initiatory rites prescribed in the Veda, and for the first time begin to live as princes in their dead father's house. Quickly, while the youngsters play together, it is obvious that the Pandavas are stronger than their cousins, the Kauravas. The ebullient Bhima by himself is more than a match for the Dhritarashtra's sons. He is faster and stronger than they are. His aim is truer, more unerring, his appetite grander. By sons pulls the Kauravas higher and drags them roughly on the ground. He mischievously makes them fight with one another and kicks dust into their face. The gardens of the palace ring with his love of daughter as he does all this. Brigodara easily beats up the 101 sons of his uncle, as if they are not 101, but just one. When he seizes their hand, flings them down and hurls them over the rough earth, he cuts open some knees, some heads, and dislocates some shoulders. Fucking. What the fuck? Are those games? What kind of game are those? What? What the fuck? At times, he held 10 Kauravas together underwater until they nearly drowned. When the Dhritarashtra's sons climb a tree to pluck its fruit, Bhima delivers a tremendous kick to the tree and brings fruit pluckers and fruit raining down from the branches. But the king's eldest son, the mighty Duryodhana, he, he dared to unchallenge what? What? He dared to what? Hit her to what? What? I don't know. He dared to unchallenged into balance, sees these marvelous feats of strength and swiftness from Bhima and begins to hate his cousin to distraction, seeing clearly and astutely that the young giant is the greatest threat to him in the future. And being neither innocent nor childlike in his heart, but already evil, the ambitious and ruthless Duryodhana conceives a sinister plot. He says to himself, no one else is nearly as strong as Pandu's second son, Bhima. He is the main threat to me, so I will have to kill him with cunning. Perhaps I will push him into the Ganga and drown him. Later I will imprison Yudhishthira and Arjuna, who are nothing without their brother's strength, and rule as the only king of the Kurus, unopposed. Having decided on his course, Duryodhana is always on the lookout for an opportunity to do away with him. Oh Mahabharata, the devious Duryodhana has a palace walled in beautiful Pramanokati on the banks of the Ganga. He has it furnished with fine tapestries and every other lavish embellishment. He has the palace provided with every manner of entertainment, the finest food, and of course, it is ostensibly a place for the Kuru princes to visit so they can swim in the river, a retreat for water sport. Bright flags wave on this mansion, which is called the House of Water Sport. Master cooks prepare every kind of delicacy. When the preparations are complete, his men tell Duryodhana that everything is ready. That evil prince says to the Pandavas, let us all go to the banks of the Ganga and swim and play in the water. Yudhishthira agrees, and the sons of Dhritarashtra set out from Hastinapura with the sons of Pandu, mounted on massive elephants born in the jungle and in chariots as big as towns. Mm, One of the few things that I always ask myself is this kind of elephants and this kind of dimensions are something that, for example, we see on One Piece, for example, on the incredibly giant elephant who is who holds on his back a city, something as big as that, or what does that mean? Like, how do I envision that? Are the elephants kind of normal, yet on different groups of them, the cities or the chariots that are as big as towns are upholded? Or how does that work? I don't completely know, but it is still fine. Arriving at the house of watersport, they dismissed their attendants, admired the fine gardens and groves of trees, created for their pleasure and their games, and entered the great mansion as a bride of young lions, thus a mountain cave. With perfect skill, the architects have designed the palace, and masons plastered and painted the walls and the ceiling. The windows are gracious and large, and the artificial fountains elegant, splashing softly. Both inside and out are tanks of clear water, in which banks of lotuses bloom, in regal profusion. Upon their banks grow numberless other flowers, whose scents fill the air heavily. The Kauravas and the Pandavas begin to sport there and to enjoy themselves. As they play in some delight, they feed each other small portions of the fine fare laid out for them by the cooks and servants. Meanwhile, Duryodhana mixes a potent poison into some food to kill Bhima. Honey on his tongue and a reason in his heart, he is absolutely friendly towards his cousin today, and soon manages to feed him a goodly quantity of the poisoned food. Certain that he has achieved his purpose, he is glad. Soon the Pandavas and the Kauravas begin to swim and play in the river. When they finish, they put on white robes and fine jewelry. A little tired, they decide to rest in the pleasure house in the garden. Bhima, who has exerted himself the most, soon the fastest and longest, feels most tired of all. He comes out of the river and flops down on its bank. The poison is taking effect and great exhaustion sweeps over the second Pandava. The cool evening breeze seems to enhance the effect of the poison, and Bhima immediately loses consciousness. Now Duryodhana, who has not gone with the others, quickly binds Bhima with some stone vines and creepers, and rolls him into the water. The unconscious Pandava sinks down into Nagaloka, the realm of the Nagas. Alarmed by the sinking titan, thousands of serpents, their venom virulent, bite him. The snake venom acts as an antidote to the vegetable poison in the blood of Bayuson. The serpents bite him all over his body, except for his chest, which their needle-sharp fangs cannot pierce. So tough is his skin. Um, it, it isn't that hard to pronounce. What? Let me do this once again. The serpents bite him all over his body, except for his chest, which their needle-sharp fangs cannot pierce. So tough is its skin. I am dying. What the fuck is happening? Why I can't finish this? LMAO. Anyways. Bhima awakes, and easily snapping the green tongues that cover him, falls upon the snakes, trampling hundreds of them. The rest flee to their king Vasuki and cry, Nagaraja! Ahaman sank into the river, his arms bound with cords of vines and creepers. It seems he drank poison before he fell into the water, because he was unconscious when he fell among us. But when we beat him, he awoke, broke his bones, and fell on us dreadfully. Lord, you must find out who he is. Vasuki goes to where Bhima is. With him is an aged Naga, Aryaka. Aryaka is Kanti's great-grandfather. Seeing Bhima, Aryaka knows him at once and embraces him fondly. When Vasuki realizes who this magnificent youth is, he says to Aryaka, "We must please him. Let us give him vast gold and jewels." Aryaka says, "Nagaraja, He does not need wealth as long as you are pleased with him. Let him drink from the Rasakunda, the chalices of Nagamrita, and acquire immense strength. Each chalice contains the might of 1,000 elephants. Let this prince drink as much as he can bear. Basuke agrees, and the Nagas perform auspicious initiatory rituals for the nectar drinking. Purifying himself with care, Bhimasena faces the east and begins to drink the Amrita of the snakes. In one gulp he drains the first chalice, in another the next, and so on, until he drinks 8 full chalices of Nagamrita. Now, at last, he can drink no more and feels drowsy. The Nagas make a soft bed for him, and he lies upon it and falls asleep. Oh, oh, what a cute detail. Oh. But well, I think with this I can do a tiny stop because I need to go and throw the apple heart. Give me a second. Give me just a second. I will be back almost instantaneously. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Here I am. Welcome. Hello, I'm back. Well, we left it on the canto 129 before I left. So let us retake from here. Canto 129. Somehow a barber continued. Vaisampayana said, meanwhile the Kauravas and the Pandavas finished their games and swimming, and set out home for Hastinapura without Bhima. Some princes ride horses, other elephants, whilst still others go in chariots. On the way, Bhima brothers and some others say Bhima must have gone alone before us. Duryodhana is the only one who knows the truth, and his heart is bursting for joy as he enters Hastinapura, but he says nothing, nor does he show what he feels. Of course, yet he still is so virtuous that he thinks of everyone else ah, as being as good-hearted as he is. He does not yet know what vice and evil are. Kunti's eldest son goes straight to her, and after bowing to her asks, Mother, has Bhima come home? I do not see him here. We searched for him on the banks of the river, in the garden and in the woods there, but he is nowhere to be found. We decided that he must have returned alone before the rest of us. But mother, I do not see him here. Have you sent him on an errand? Ah, I am sick with worry. My mighty brother was asleep beside the river and now he has vanished. I fear for his life. Kunti gives a small scream and says, "My son, I have not seen Bhima. He did not come home. You must go back to Pramanokoti and look for him again. Go with your brothers, hurry." In great distress, she summons Vidura and says, "Illustrious Kshatri, Bhima is missing. All his other brothers have returned from the pleasure house by the river, but not my Bhima. Where has he gone?" "Oh, Vidura, Duryodhana hates my child. The Kaurava prince is evil and rash. He openly combats the throne. I am terrified that he has killed my Bhima out of his ambition. Vidura, my heart feels as if it is on fire." Vidura replies, "Say nothing, Kunti. Think of of your other sons. You must protect them. If you accuse Duryodhana, he might kill your other boys as well. The great Dvaipayana has foretold that all your sons shall live long lives. The sage's words shall not be brought false. Bhima will come back safely to you." Vidura remains to his own balance, not wanting to arouse any suspicions, while Kunti remains in hers, in terrible anxiety with her sons. 8 nightmarish days pass for Kunti and her sons in Hastinapura. On the 8th, Bhima wakes from his deep slumber after drinking the Nagamrita. He feels awesome new strength in his body, strength past measure. I one of the okay. I had like 20 different ideas in 1 second. The first one is, what a funny thing it is. 8 days, 8 ships, new strength. It feels on the other side very much like a power level increase, But I think that is obviously a very new term that we use here in this side of the world, let's say, because I don't think it should be considered a real power level increase or something like that. I don't know. Also, taking into account how all of this works, it might as well have been something that happened for the sake of the destiny, or not for the sake, because of the destiny of Bhima himself. So I don't know. Let us keep seeing. Strength past measure. Seeing him awake, Tenaga set up a cheer, crying, "Bhimasena, the Nagamrita you have drunk has given you the strength of 10,000 elephants. No one will ever be able to vanquish you in battle now. Kurodishabha, now bathe in this sacred water and go back home. Your brothers are full of anxiety for you." Bhima bathes in those sacred waters, puts on white robes and garlands of white flowers. He eats the paramana of rice and sugar, which the Nagas give him. Wearing unearthly ornaments, he receives worship and blessings from the serpents, and saluting them, thanking them, he rises up from Nagaloka in Patala. The Nagas brings the lotus-eyed Bhima up from under the river and set him back in the same garden, on the bank where he had fallen asleep 8 days ago. Then they vanish before his eyes. Great Bhimasena now runs back to his mother. As quickly as his father Vayu flies, he bows to her and to his eldest brother Yudhishthira, and sniffs the heads of his younger brothers. She, in turn, and those other Rishabhas, his brothers, embrace him, the scourge of all his enemies. With boundless love, they cry repeatedly, "Ah, what a joy today! What wondrous joy!" Now, Bhima the Mighty tells his brothers about the marvelous tragedy of Duryodhana, and also everything that happened in the realm of the Nagas. Then Yudhishthira says, Do not speak of this to anyone, but be silent. But from today Be vigilant and all of you watch over one another closely. And vigilant indeed they are from them, lest they lapse into carelessness, Vidura is always cautioning the sons of Kunti. Some time passes, then again Duryodhana mixes some deadly poison in Bhima's food, but Jujutsu, the Dhritarashtra's son by a Vaishya woman who loves the Pandavas, warns them. However, Bhima eats the food that Duryodhana gives him and digests it, poison and all, with no ill effect at all. The poison failing to do its work, Duryodhana, Karna and Shakuni hatch many other plots to kill the second Pandava. The sons of Pandu know about every one of these, but having been warned by Vidura, they never let on that they do and never show their anger in the least way. Meanwhile, the Dhritarashtra sees the Kuru princes becoming idlers and turning to mischief to pass their time, and appoints Kripa as their guru and sends them to him for instruction. Born in a bank of rich, Kripa is a knower of the Vedas and he becomes the Kuru prince's first master at arms. Oh, finally, war. The beautiful act of war. Canto 150. Samkhava continued. Kanamahaya said, Vamana, tell me everything about the birth of Kripa. Who was he born in a bank of raids, and where did he get his weapons from? Vaishnampayana said, Rahan, Maharishi Gautama had a son called Saradwat, who was born holding some arrows in his hand. Parantapa, Saradwat showed an exceptional gift for mastering the use of weapons, but no special genius for any other branch of learning. He acquired all his astras with the rigorous with which other Brahmanas studied the Vedas. Indra became afraid of the astras, the might and the tapasya of Saradwat. Kurusthama, the king of the Devas, summoned an Apsara goddess, Sanapadi, and said to her, Go and distract Saradwat from his tapasya. Ganapati went to Saradwat's enchanting asrama and proceeded to tempt the hermit armed with bow and arrows. Saradwat saw the nymph, who wore a single diaphanous robe over her peerless and unearthly body, and his eyes widened. His bow and arrows slipped from his hands, and his body shook with powerful emotion. Somehow, he summoned strength to resist her temptation, but the initial surge of excitement that seized him at the sight of her made him ejaculate involuntarily. He sprang up, left his bow and arrows and his deerskin, and fled from Janapadi as if for his life. His seed, though, had fallen into a clump of reeds, where it was divided into. From the two portions of semen, twin children, a boy and girl, were born. At that time, King Shantanu was out hunting in the same forest, and one of his soldiers came upon the magically born twins. The man saw the abandoned bow, quiver, and deerskin, and felt the children might belong to a Brahmana who was a master at arms. He picked up the bows and arrows and the twins and brought them to Shantanu. Moved to pity, Shantanu said, Let them be as my own children, and took them to his palace. Purushotama Shantanu, son of Pratipa, had the ritual karma performed for Saradwat's twins because he had adopted them out of pity and because he considered them to be God's gifts of kindness to him. He called them Kripa and Kripi. Meanwhile, having left his old asrama, Saradwat continued earnestly with his study of the science of weapons. With occult vision, he learned that his twins were growing in the balance of Shantanu. He went to the king and told him who he was, and then he taught his son Kripa the four branches of the science of arms, and also the Vedas and other secret and hermetic mysteries. In short time, Kripa also became a master of the Astra Shastra. Later, the Dhritarashtra's 100 sons, the Pandavas, the Yadava princes, the Vrishnis, and indeed young Kshatriyas from many other kingdoms all learned the art of weapons and warfare from Kipa Acharya. Wow, what the act of war so far. I think I can't really find anything to say. Mm, these parts of the text really lack some real thing to say. so far, because everything else is not so visible, let's say, and not so incredibly meaningful almost in that sense. But anyways, continue. Canto 131, Santavaparva continued. By Sampayana said, then Bhishma thinks it is time that his grandsons receive a higher education than what Kripa can give them, and he begins to seek a guru for his words, a master of exceptional tejas and an even greater master of astras than Kripa, deciding Bharatotama that only he is sufficiently intelligent, illustrious, a great enough master at arms, and truly one that himself possesses godlike prowess, Ganga's son, or Purushavyarga, appoints Bharadwaja's son Drona, who knows the Vedas deeply, to be the preceptor of Kuru princes. Drona, famed throughout the world as being the greatest master of weapons, is pleased by the warm welcome and the honor accorded him by Bhishma, and he accepts charge of the Kuru princes. He teaches them all the skills of weapons and warfare, and in good time, the Kauravas and the Pandavas, all endowed with great strength and talent, become highly proficient in the use of every kind of weapon. Karmikaya asked, Brahmana, how was Drona born? How and where did he acquire his astras? When did he come to the Kurus? Whose son was he that he possessed such tejas? Also, tell us about Drona's son, Aswadhama, who also was a great warrior, and how he was born. All this I want to hear in detail. Oh, Muni, I beg you tell me all about it. By Sampayana said, at the source of Ganga, there lived a Maharishi called Bharadwaja, always at the stern and ceaseless Tapa, not Tapasya. Tapasya, I will guess. One day, long ago, he went with many other great rishis to the river to bathe before performing the Agnihotra. Arriving on the banks of the river, he saw the beautiful and youthful Apsara Gritachi in the water, bathing. Her lovely face was gaudy, and nose suffused with the languor of her bath. As, finishing, she rose from the water. As she stepped softly onto the bank, the single garment she wore parted, showing her shining nakedness. Seeing her like that, the Rishi Bharadwaja was stricken by such a desire that in a moment he ejaculated. How many times I am going to read this shit in one fucking session? I ask myself. Hastily, the sage caught his emission in the water pot he carried. His Drana, later splendid son, was born from his seed, and Bharadwaja called him Drona, for the vessel from which he was born. Drona mastered the Vedas and other Angas. In the past, Bharadwaja, master of Astras, had taught the secret of the fiery Agniyastra to the Rishi Agnivesha. Now Agnivesha, the fire-born sage, imparted the secret to Drona, the son of his guru. King Prishata of the Panchalas was a great friend of Bharadwaja. Prishata had a son, whom he named Drupada. Every day that Kshatriya Rishabha Drupada came to Bharadwaja's asrama to play with Drona and study with him. Rahan, when Prishata died, the mighty armed Drupada became king of the northern Panchalas. About this time, the illumined Bharadwaja also left his body and rose into Swarga. Drona continued living in his father's asrama and performing tapasya. He mastered the Vedas and Vedangas, made ashes of his sins with penance, and then married Saradwata's daughter Kripi. She was chaste, always performing tapa and the Agnihotra, and she gave birth to a son. As soon as he was born, he neighed delightfully, even like a small Uchchaisravas. An invisible being spoke from the sky. Let the child whose cry has echoed everywhere be named Aswadhama, which of course means horse voice. Drona's joy knew no bounds when little Aswadhama was born. The child was the very vision of his eye. He continued living in his father's hermitage and devoted himself to the study of Astra Shastra, the science of weapons. Rahan, around this time, Drona heard that the great Brahmana Parasurama Hamadagnya, son of Hamadagni, slayer of his foes, greatest of all warriors, of incalculable learning of every kind, has declared that he meant to give away all his wealth to the servant Brahmanas. Drona had heard all about Rama's unrivaled knowledge of arms, and especially the Vastras, as well as his knowledge of Dharma. Drona wished for fervently for both and set out with his disciples for the Mahedra mountain. Arriving there, he saw the Bhargava, the radiant son of Brigu, sitting in Dhyana with his mind perfectly controlled. Drona and his Sishyas approached Rama, and Drona told the Avatara his name and that he was born into the line of Angiras. He laid his head on the ground at Parasumara's feet in worship. Drona said, I am the son of Bharadwaja, but I am not born of any woman. I am a high-born Brahmana called Drona, and I have come to you for the wealth you want to give away. The illumined Savager of the Kshatriyas replied, You are welcome, Biha. You tell me what you want from me. Drona replied, I want your immortal wealth, of you of Bharatas beyond count. Tapasvin, replied Kama, all my gold and other wealth I have already given away to various Brahmanas. This earth also, adorned with towns and cities as with a garland, down to the very sea, I have given to Akashyapa. I now have only this body and my astras. I can give you either of these. Say which you want, quickly. Drona replied, O Bhargava, I beg you, give me all your astras and the mantras to cast and recall them. Parasurama said, So be it, and gave all his astras to Drona. He made a gift to him of the very Astra Shastra, the science of weapons. With this body... What the fuck? Now the bot is finally working. Hello. Anyways, continue. With all its mysteries and laws, Drona received the greatest gift in joy, and prostrating gratefully at Bhargava's feet, set out for the city of his childhood friend, Drupada. What the fuck, I found out of nowhere a disgusting... anyways, continue. Canto 132. Samhabhaparva continued. Vaisambhayana said, O king, Bharadwaja's mighty son presents himself before King Drupada and says joyfully, I am your friend Drona. But the lord of the Panchalas does not like what he hears. Delighted by power and wealth, he knits his brows in anger and his eyes turn red. Drupada replies, Brahmana, surely you are dim-witted that you suddenly claim to be my friend. Fool, how can a great king like me and a pauper like you be friends? Yes, once we were both students in your father's asarama, and then we were equals and also friends. Time wears away all things and friendship as well. In this world, no friendship endures in any heart, for time guns at it and anger destroys it. Forget, Brahmanashestra, that we were ever friends. That all friendship I had with you was for a specific purpose. You were my guru's son. Between a rich man and a poor one, between a learned man and an unlettered one, between a hero and a coward, how can there ever be friendship? Why do you want to be my friend? There can be a friendship or even enmity between equals in wealth or in strength. A beggar and a king can neither have friendship nor enmity between them, for they are not equals but a superior and an inferior. A pure-born man can never have friendship with a low-born one. A man who is a Mahabharata cannot be the friend of a man who is not a Mahabharata. And a king cannot be the friend of one who is not a king. Tell me, foolish Drona, why do you invoke old friendship and dream of renewing it? Drona trembles with wrath. He says nothing, but considers for a moment what he will do to Drupada, to humble the Panchala king. Turning on his heel, he strides out from Drupada's court and makes his way towards the capital of the Kurus, named after the elephant. Mahabharata. No, not Mahabharata, sorry. Hastinapura. Let me see. Is this along? Yeah, okay. 4 pages? Yeah, 4 fucking pages. No. We might as well stop here because I'm once again feeling the tiredness on my body today. So we might as well try to close it off over here. It was beautiful, but at the same time, as I said before, I am kind of tired. So well, I'm a little bit sad that we only went for 1 hour, yeah. But at the same time, it isn't that bad. And the most beautiful thing was something that really happened. That we had the possibility of streaming today. I thought that I wasn't even going to stream at all because, on a more personal note, I had to do a lot of paperwork, and because it is almost a requirement when you do paperwork, I needed to move around my city. I think we did some calculations and it was around 5 kilometers or more that I walked today, so it was fucking tiring, yeah. And well, I guess we did well enough with what we already have here. So it isn't that I am living with a bitter sentiment on me, or that I am living feeling like I didn't accomplish anything. We went how many? Almost almost, let me see, almost 25 pages. What? So few. Ah, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it happens also that we're slowing kind of down because we have to deal with a lot of long cantos, and because of that, there aren't that many blank pages left. But well, aside from that, it isn't really a problem, nor it is really something that I cannot enjoy. So I guess so far we had a good time, but today it is required for me to end it a little bit earlier. And also, I will guess it is kind of sad to see that we do not have the possibility of reading anybody. So I think, yeah. Today there it is. We did everything so far, but we have to eat. Or well, it isn't that I have to eat, because if I don't, I am going to feel like shit. And that is the real sad thing. But well, we did it. We endured this beautiful adventure so far. So now we can properly say goodbye. We can properly think that we were able to get to the places we desired. And even more, we we advance with our objectives once again. So tomorrow, I hope tomorrow I will have the possibility of doing everything that is on the schedule. I think tomorrow also is a very content packed day, so we will see what happens. But so far, for now, I can only properly say thanks for everything, and we will find each other in the next occasion, because it is time for us to take. No, wait. We have to use. We have to. We can write somebody. This was my strategy. I was prolonging this welfare so that I could get more numbers. I am amazing. I am a strategist. It was all for the sake of raiding somebody. I am a genius. We are so bad. We are not living without raiding somebody. Give me a second. Give me just one instance of time. One minimal amount of. Well, I mean, in a sense, also not to really wait. Just to keep saying what I was saying before. It is always a pleasure to be here. It is always good to do this, and we'll find each other in the future. Right now, I am kind of ippy, so yeah, I am living, but we will see what happens in the future. Because yes, now we are raiding. I think I never raided this person, but I had her added for almost a long time, if I'm not wrong. So let me finally do my binding. That is slash raid Busumansi Bibi, who is doing a special event right now. Mm, and who let me see who is ah who is watching the what is it the what the fuck is it? I forgot the Game Awards, I think. So yeah, basically that we were going there. And wait, we're on the Game of the Year. What the fuck? We're already there. We're literally there. Or is this an? This isn't what? This isn't actual, or is this actual? What the fuck? I don't know. Anyways, we're reading here. So far, as always, thanks. We will find each other once again when the opportunity arises in the future. Now, time to take care of ourselves, to rest, to let our bodies get the calm that they need, and good luck, everybody. We are raiding.